Good morning. We've been talking about anxiety all week long and exactly what it means to be anxious. We will take something that we've declared as a need and allow that to control us. We'll take the very commands and ordinances of God and lay them aside and then wonder why we're worrying and fretting. If we're disobedient to God, we can't expect the peace of God, which passes all understanding, to aid us and to guide us and direct us. It's in 2 Corinthians, the very first chapter, that we're given a description of God, the God of all comforts. And He is the one who comforts us and helps us through all of our trials. So don't lay aside His obvious commands and the duties that have been placed upon us and think that we're going to be free from anxiety and worry and trouble. It can't happen. I think a very telling one is something that we've been going over in our Sunday school lessons. We're in the book of Psalms, and in the fourth chapter, or the fourth book of Psalms, and verse number 8, King David is basically running for his life. He's hiding out. One author describes him as being in a cave. I don't know where he was exactly when he wrote this, but we know he was fleeing from Absalom. He was surrounded by an enemy force. There were troubles all around him, and that may be how you feel right now. You feel like you're fleeing from trouble. It's dogging your heels. You're concerned about something. Maybe it's a bank account. Maybe it's a health need. All of these things are there, but he says in Philippians 4:8, and give me some liberty here. I don't have the verse directly in front of me, but basically, for you alone, O Lord, he's saying, you're the one that makest me dwell in safety. God alone is the one that causes us to have safety. It's as if David is saying in that particular passage of Scripture, my peace isn't found in a location. Sitting on the throne in Jerusalem is not the thing that gives me peace. My relationships aren't the things that give me ultimate peace. Being in a relationship to where my son, Absalom, and myself are in unity, that's not the thing that gives me ultimate peace. Nor am I absolutely happy and content when the circumstances all line up. Those are not the things that give me peace. It's not a location. It's not a relationship. It is not a circumstance. But my true peace and my true safety is found in the Lord. It's in the Lord. It's in believing that God will do exactly what He's commanded toward His children. I am free of worry, sitting outside of Jerusalem, surrounded by enemy forces, knowing that my throne is being usurped by an interloper, knowing that my family has turned on me. I can be at true peace. I can be as much peace in the wilderness as I am in the palace. And when a person can declare that with some assurance, you can see somebody that's now getting a hold on their anxiety. If I'm in the wilderness or I'm in the palace, I am free from anxious worry. Why? Because, Lord, you alone makest me dwell in safety. It's you alone. Psalm 4:8. David was probably grieved as any father would be if his child rebelled and turned on him. He didn't know how it was going to turn out, but he knew it didn't matter how it turned out because he was going to stay faithful to God anyway. And in the middle of all of David's questions, in the middle of all of his grief, he was a man that could lay down in bed at night and say, I'm okay, and go to sleep. Now, I don't know about you. I've never had real trouble sleeping. There have been a few times in my life I couldn't go to sleep because of something on my mind or a fret. But my normal mode of operation is to go to sleep. So I don't struggle with fret in that way. My fret's when I'm awake during the day. That's when my frets occur. And that's when I have to remember that worry and rest always reveal the treasures of our heart. And in the battle, we're not alone because our King has told us that He is going to protect us. So during the day, I've got to constantly remind myself, God has got this thing. He has got it all under His control. That's the great comfort I have today when I think of the anxious things that surround me.